All right. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mitchell Osborn here. Welcome to the Intuitive Messenger channel, Intuitive Mitchell Osborn. If you, if, ooh, if you, I have my iPad, I had music on. So, or I had the volume up. So if you don't know me, my name is Mitchell Osborn. This is my YouTube channel. If you're watching me live, welcome, welcome. If you're watching me in the replay, glad you're here. You can still have some fun, do some work, explore. That's what this is kind of about. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. But you can find me at mitchellosborn.com, animal communicator, tarot card reader, and let's see what else. Mindfulness transformation coach, Lenormand reader. I love all that stuff. So, all right. So let me do some hellos. So, hey, Scott, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Head bouncer, Scott and Nancy. And Nancy, good to see you. Hello, hello. I know there's a couple of you out there, and if you want to be a fly on the wall, that is okay. I'm glad you're here. If you want to let me know where you're watching from in the world, I love to see that, but you don't have to. Some people, again, like to just kind of hang out and be chill. So, yeah, welcome. We are going to do something I hope will be fun. I hope will stretch your brain, your tarot-ness, all that kind of stuff just a little bit. So, I was bouncing some things off of Scott the other day, and I was going to call this something like tarot playtime, and I was like, oh, I can't do that because Jen does tarot. What does she do? Play date. Hey, Sai, how are you? Hello. So, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right, because in my mind I'm thinking like Mai Tai, so I'm going to go with Sai. Um, on the side of a hill, watching the cows go by. There we go. Love it. Yay, Sai. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Pasadena Park. Let's see. Emma is that Missouri? I think that's Missouri. Can I ask a question, please? Sai, you can, but I'm not doing readings right now. This is a little bit more about exploring tarot, and I'm going to go into that in just a moment. So if you are looking for like readings, every other Monday night on Facebook, I do a live reading session with my cohort V. We do psychic shenanigans, but I do that every 2 weeks. And who knows, at the end of this, I may do some readings. Just depends. But I've got kind of a little bit of a lesson plan and some activities for us. So let's see. So, yes, welcome, welcome. Okay, everybody's going Sim. So simple, you're shortening it up. I was like, oh, is that their name? Sim? No, it's Simple Living Tarot. So, talking with Scott the other day, and I was trying to figure out, I love to have names, I love to have themes, and then finally, Spirit was just like, just don't worry about names or themes right now. So I said, you know what? Let's explore da 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 da. And then as I started creating my little memes that I can, because I'm a very efficient kind of person. Hey, Barrett. I love to have the memes all created and pre-done. Then I can just add different titles and things like that in there. So they're all saved in my phone. Hello, Deanne. Correct me if I'm wrong, Deanne. Blue Crescent Tarot. I think I've got your name down now. Thanks to Scott connecting me, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, so let's explore deckless tarot readings. And first of all, I'd love for you to type in the chat box if you want to what you think we're going to talk about. When I say deckless, without a deck, tarot readings, what do you think we're going to talk about? So I'd love to hear it. So Simple Living Tarot, are you Carolyn? Okay, cool. I'm going to try to remember that. I'm getting good. Okay, good, Deanne. And it's funny because I think Scott in the beginning, like a lot of people were like, Scorpio Moon Tarot, who is that again? Is that Scott or is that Chris? They were doing Scott or Chris. And I can remember because of the SCO, like Scorpio Scott, but then you put the name Scott in front of it, which I love. So we do what we have to do, right? Until we get big enough to have just one name. I'm just the letter M. So, all right. Astro Dice. Scott, is that your answer? Like to deckless reading? If that's your answer. Hey, Maddie, how are you? Yes, I'd love to know what you think deckless tarot reading is. And then I'm gonna elaborate and we're gonna have some fun. I hope you didn't bring a deck, but you have a deck in your mind that you're very familiar with. Simple, let's say Carolyn. Carolyn, intuitive reading, yes, a little bit of that. It becomes intuitive reading, but it's kind of not. So anybody else before I kind of, unveil kind of what we're going to do? And the funny thing is after I did the whole let's explore, I'm like, I like that because that's what I want to do. I just want to explore shit. Pardon my language. But I have literally like in my notes, I have like 20 different topics that I want to explore. And some of them I've had for months. Maybe assigning card archetypes to what we are experiencing in the present. Dan, I like that. I like that. Hold on to that thought. Um, yeah, but I'm assuming by your expression that that's way off. What gave you that idea? Um, oh, I had a spirit fly by. I did have my door open and the cat's in, but Santiago loves to. He was jumping on me and clawing me. They're still kittens. They're only like 8 months old now. Um, they just I don't know what you mean, Derek Barrett. Ooh, I like that, Dan. Yeah, it's a good one. So Barrett, I don't know what you mean by did I see your comment? I saw the comment above that said I just had a spirit fly by. So here's what I mean by deckless tarot reading that I want to explore today with you and have some fun. So George Corey, who is spiritlovesyou.com, he is a wonderful, oh, a package just got delivered. Um, okay, my package was delivered, but I think it came yesterday. So George Corey, who is an incredible psychic medium tarot card reader, he's also a professional clown. And a good friend of mine. I've met him years ago at Reader Studio. We had just a little private course class one time on a private tarot group, and he led something that he didn't call it deckless. He might have. I could be wrong, but what he did was he sparked my mind with this, and basically he was saying how sometimes you're just sitting there and someone says, oh, I don't know if I want to go out on a date with this person Friday night. I don't know what it's going to be like. And the moment that person says that, you immediately have an image pop up in your head of a tarot card. And you see the Five of Swords. And you kind of go, I don't know if it's going to be such a good night. So that's kind of what it is. And then he took us into a practice of it, which is what I want to do with you today. So yay, yes, Santiago is in here. He wants to be near you, on you, touching you. Still a kitty, so the energy is quite in powerful. So Barrett says, Spirit uses tarot decks through my mind's eye to help with deckless readings. Oh, that's good. That's pretty much what we're going to do. And yeah, George being the medium, sometimes he uses the card, or the cards show up when he does mediumship. And I know that for me too, as a medium. I typically don't use physical cards when I'm doing mediumship, and I don't use physical cards when I'm working with animal communication. Yeah, Barrett was right on, pretty much. And so I want to explore a little bit if you guys are up for it. Now, I would love like feedback. If you have pen and paper, that's great because I'd love for you to write things down so that you don't forget them. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to, kind of lead you into just maybe 30 seconds of just slow breathing with your eyes closed, feeling comfortable, kind of relaxing you. And then I'm going to be the facilitator so you don't have to think, go into your left brain. I'm going to just ask the question. And then you're going to allow the card to pop up. And then you can write it down because we're going to start off with one card, one question, one card spread, and then we'll go to 2, 3, maybe 5. Just depends on where we go. I don't know. This is the exploring part. And this is something that I kind of have done with my tarot transformation, with hypnosis, eye movement therapy, and some NLP work of like swish patterns, things like that. Because one thing that where I kind of learned this was from the remote viewing that I, participated in and studied and learned, and how they did it was they usually had a facilitator asking the question so that the viewer could stay in a relaxed, kind of an alpha state of mind. Because like right now we're all in beta. We're all talking, we're coherent, we're conscious, but as you get quiet and fall asleep, you drop into alpha. And sometimes if you've driven down the road and you pull off the highway and you're like, I don't remember how I got here. Well, your subconscious was taking over, and you were pretty much in an alpha state. You were in a meditative or a hypnotic state, and then from there you drop into theta, and then delta is the deep, deep, deep state. So so yeah, this should be, I hope this should be fun. It's my intention that this would be fun. And I do want to set an intention, especially since we're going to kind of work in a little bit of altered state. And I encourage you, tarot readers, psychic mediums, to have your intentions when you do the work too. My intention is about 30-40 seconds long. Yours does not have to be that long. And if you like some of the things I say, come back and watch this. It's going to be about 11 minutes. And you can make some notes, stop and start the video, make some notes. But the intention I set, and just take some deep breaths. The intention I set for all of us here and those watching the replay as well is that we could move from false beliefs, ignorance, and illusion into truth with love, kindness, and compassion. I set the intention that we would receive healing, guidance, confirmation, grounding, centering, balance, peace, harmony, alignment, joy, abundance, love, great care, compassion, health, wellness, safety, courage, and encouragement. I set the intention that we would resonate, operate, and vibrate on the highest frequency of that divine source, that pure white light, love, God, goddess energy that we can. I invite any and all of you are my angels and guides and those we work with on the other side, whether we know who they are or not, into this time we have together, as long as they stay in high vibration and play nice. All of this for our highest good and greatest growth, I say, and so it is, and so it is. And that's what I say before every client, before every video I record, before big events and things and stuff like that I do. And I'm kind of looking down at the chat just to make sure. I think my chat's lining up with what I can see up here as well. So everybody ready? And be open to even non-tarot cards, oracle cards, Lenormand cards. Be open to just images that might pop into your brain. And I want you to make note of those. So to begin with, I'm just going to ask a single question, and a couple things you can do. If multiple cards pop up, write them down. You could be the type where you visualize a deck in front of you on the table and you flipping the card over. That's probably how my mind would work if I'm doing this exercise. When I'm just randomly going down the street and I think of something and a card pops up, it just kind of pops up like a notification on my computer. And whatever works for you. And this is where I want to explore. So I would love to have feedback, because the way you may do it may spark somebody else, and it may be totally different than how I recommend it or even think. So go ahead and just adjust your body in your chair. If you've got your pen in hand, pencil and paper right next to you. If you don't have something to write down with, don't worry, you just have to remember it. And I want you to just kind of relax your shoulders, drop your chin to your chest just a little bit. And if you can allow your eyes to close, go ahead and do that. And just start to take a few slow, deep breaths. And I want you to do one, maybe two of that exhausted breath, that like, oh my gosh, it's finally over. And just allow the breathing to come natural and normal. So Maddie, we don't need a deck. You're going to visualize the deck in your head. Don't need a deck at all. You may reference it later though. So as you're finding your center and your breath, if you want to put one hand on your belly to follow the breath in and out, that's a great way of centering yourself. And just follow the breath in and out. And if you want to visualize a deck in front of you, great. If not, you can just allow the card to magically pop up in your head. And I'm going to ask you a question in just a moment. And I want you to just allow the first image, the first card, whatever, to happen. Again, in your mind's eye, you can even imagine you're flipping the card over on your reading table. Or you can imagine it just like a notification popping up on your phone. And the question that I have for you is this: how is the rest of my day going to pan out? How is the rest of my day going to pan out? Now just take a breath and allow your eyes to open. And let me know if you got an image of a card. Let me know, what happened. Did you visualize turning the card over? Did you pop it up? And just let me know how the rest of my day is going to go. Just a simple question. I'm going to make note of it. And then I'm going to come back later and tell you. So I know there's a little bit of a lag time. If you didn't get an image, if nothing popped up, you can let me know that as well. You might be someone who needs to get a little more quiet, maybe set the scene in your head. Um, and for all intents and purposes, I'm not doing that right here, right now. And hopefully an image of a deck that you're very familiar with popped up. But again, if something out of the ordinary pops up, write it down. You may just have to dig a little deeper, explore. Nancy saw the sun. Okay, cool. Barrett, I got justice right away, like a, I don't know what that means. Oh, like a flash. Scott, 10 of Pentacles and 5 of Swords. Just by intuition. And that's, and Scott, when you say just by intuition, is that more just like you felt it? Because that's absolutely something you could just, you could, claircognizant is clear knowing. And a lot of times I just know it's 10 of Pentacles. You know, I don't even see the image. Um, how is the rest of my day going to pan out? The sun. So we got 2 suns. All right. So Carolyn got the sun. Maddie, Queen of Pentacles. Cool. So it seems like I might have a nice day with the 2 sun cards coming up. The Justice makes me feel like it might be balance. Queen of Pentacles. Maybe I'm kind of grounded. Queen of Pentacles is my moon. I'm Capricorn moon. The funny thing is the 5 of Swords, which is, let's see, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Aquarius energy. So that's Aquarius energy. Oh, so Deanne got 9 of Pence. So we get 2 9 of Pence now. So yeah, and you know what? This morning I'm doing a little bit of work, but then and also I'm going live at 2 o'clock with Marco, who was part of the World Divination Association. His last name I cannot pronounce. He's from Portugal, Falagueiras. So I've got a lot of fun stuff going on this morning, a lot of bright fun stuff, and then I'm going to see Black Widow this afternoon with Fabian, and then we'll have dinner. So I really feel like a lot of what you say makes a little bit of sense, just knowing what my day looks like. The 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is interesting, Scott. I am with my husband, who's a lot of air. He's Libra Sun, Libra Rising, Gemini Moon. So there's a lot of air there. So that could be he and I just have some fun conversations. But yeah, and how was that experience? Did anyone like struggle to get a card? And this is something that I think will help stretch your knowledge of the cards, help develop more intuition with the cards. You're in Portugal. Oh, yay, Maddie. I think he's in Lisbon. I think he is in Lisbon, even though that's like the only city I know in there other than Cork, I think. No, Cork is not there. It's the Cork capital of the world. Oh, yes, dinner and a movie. We try to do that on Friday nights. Let me see. I think somebody else said something. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Okay, cool. So yeah, so I will. I'll report back. So Carolyn said I shuffled my deck, and then card on top was the sun. So Carolyn, did you physically shuffle your deck, or did you do this in your mind? Is that what you did? I'd love to know if you did that. Let's go with Deanne. Uh, nine of Pence came up quick for you. I was just delayed with typing. Gotcha. Okay, Nancy just popped into my mind's eye. Cool. No struggle at all for me. Love communication with tarot cards and spirit. Yes, yes, you're in Portugal. Yeah. Oh, you're Portuguese. Okay, gotcha. Deanne, day crashers. I love it. Oh, so yeah, who did so yeah, so simple living tarot. Carolyn, did you physically shuffle, or was that like in your mind's eye? Oh, you said it was in your mind's first, and then you shuffled the deck. Okay, It was in your mind first, then you shuffle the deck. Okay, cool. I love it. So now, if you do have a deck of cards near you, I want you to shuffle it. And I want you to pull a single card and let me know what you got for how's the rest of my day going to go. I'm shuffling. I never looked at my own. And as I said that, I immediately saw 4 of pence. So 4 of coins for me, 4 of coins, 4 of pentacles. So I'm shuffling my deck and I'm going to pull an actual card. So I want you to do this and let me know what you got. And then let me know how it connects. All right. So with the image you got. So I see 4 of pentacles for the rest of my day, just solid, grounded, very nice, family oriented. And then what do I pull? The Knight of Cups. So moving emotions. I can see how this can connect a little bit. The Scorpio energy, and this is Legacy of the Divine Tarot. So I can see how that can connect. I'm on the go. We're moving. There's a lot of emotions going on. So let's see. I pulled Teacher card this morning, and Mary Berry was on it. I'm assuming you mean Mary Kay Greer. Um, so taking the time to learn, study. So that was my physical pull for myself for today. So Scott, you just pulled 7 of swords. Now, how does that connect with what you saw in your mind? Which, let's see, Scott, you did the 10 of pence and the 5 of swords. So Maddie, 3 of cups, and the first was the 3 of pentacles. Same card, cool, Barrett. I'm ahead. I did the second step already. Yes. You got sun and sun. I love it. I love it. And that's part of what I wanted to kind of connect with. And this is not about, oh my gosh, I'm trying to get the same card. This is more about, trusting what you see. And then when you pull it, seeing how either it can fit together or, we had a couple people pull the same card. So it's kind of cool and magical. So Deanne got, you said Knight of Pence. So you Knight and 9. So kind of cool, kind of close. And Nancy, what did you get? Okay. Oh, 10 of pence. Okay, cool. 10 of pence this time. Cool. And a lot of us getting the same card. So this is real. This is kind of what I was hoping would happen, and I kind of felt what happened. King of Cups here for a second. So Barrett, King of Cups. All right, very cool. And I am the King of Cups. I am Pisces, and King of Cups is like my card. And then the Justice card is Libra, and that's Fabian. So I love that the rest of my day is me and Fabian. So this is what's so cool about it. I was surprised that the same card came up. Yes, Carolyn, me too. And it was funny because you kept saying, I'm thinking, was it physical or not? But now you're saying, yes, it did come up, which is cool. All right, cool. So let's play some more. Let's do it again. If anybody's joining us, we're doing deckless tarot readings where we envision a card when I ask the question, you write it down, and then we pull cards a second time. So I'm going to ask a 3-question spread. 3 questions. I'm going to do a three-question spread. That's what I envisioned here, Nancy. Cool. All right, so find yourself in that relaxed situation again. Relax your arms, your shoulders, your feet. And now that you've done it once, you might have a little bit better idea of how it works. You might feel more comfortable. You won't have performance anxiety going into it. If you're like me, I like to know everything ahead of time and then I can dive into it. But I'm also one of those people that when the teacher's explaining what's going to happen, I'm already doing it in my head. I'm so quick and so fast with stuff, and I don't know where that came from. I don't, maybe it's the Pisces water in me. Let's get her done so we can move on to something else. So, all right, so I'm going to ask 3 questions. So find yourself in that relaxed state if you want to close your eyes. If you want to have your pen and your pad where you can just kind of scribble without even opening your eyes, that's great. And just take some slow, deep breaths and give me that 1 or 2, that exhausted exhalation. And then just allow your breathing to become natural and normal. However you want to visualize the preparation, you can. And I'm going to ask 3 questions. And I'm going to give you a few moments in between the questions so I don't rush those who like and need a little more time. And this is just a question. These are just 3 questions, just a simple spread that I want you to answer. The first question is, what is the situation really about? Allow the card to come up, however it's going to appear. What is the situation really about? Second question, what is the lesson I have to learn? What is the lesson I have to learn? Third and final question, what is the best guidance or advice for my current life path? What is the best guidance or advice for my current life path? All right. Gently open your eyes, take a full deep breath, wiggle your toes and your fingers, kind of bring some awareness back. And if you feel comfortable and you want to type in card 1, make sure you do like card 1, then 2, then 3, so we know, because you might have pulled more than one card or saw more than one card. So question 1, what is the situation really about? Question 2, what is the lesson I have to learn? Question 3, what is the best advice or guidance? And while you're doing that, I'm trying to see if I can find something. I'm looking for like the 3-card spread that I thought I had this where I could pull it up. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to find it quick though, where I could post it. So go ahead and write out, if you feel comfortable, your 3 cards that you saw in your mind's eye. So Barrett, Ace of Swords for card 1, Death card 2, the Sun. Card 1, 3 of Wands, card 2, Fool, card 3, Sun, King of Wands, 3 of Pence, the Star. I love that you're getting cards. I love that you're seeing them. I would ask, are you connecting with how this may be interpreted? I hope you're writing this down because you know what we're going to do next. We're going to shuffle our deck and pull. So Deanne, 4 Swords, 7 Wands, Star card. I love, so best advice and guidance, we got a couple stars. Empress for Nancy at the 3rd one, 5 of Pentacles, Temperance. So Barrett got the Sun. Maddie got the Sun for the 3rd card. Scott got Star. Dan got Star. Nancy got Empress. I love the final advice and guidance. Now, here's something that is interesting as well. If you're asking for yourself and doing this, you may get a card of how you think something's going to turn out. That's where it can be challenging because if we're a little pessimistic about an event, we may see the negative card come up of where we think it's going to go. If we're more optimistic about it, we may see the positive, which I think then becomes kind of our intention, kind of our spell, kind of our, manifesting. Yeah, definitely write it down. So take this as a spread for yourself. I didn't want to say that in the beginning. So what is the situation really about? What's the lesson you have to learn? And then what is the best advice or guidance on the current path? So how does that feel when you look at it like, oh, okay, let me look at it like this is for me. And I kind of wanted to do that. Some of you may have thought, okay, it might be about me once we got into it, but I like to do it to keep kind of your thought out of it. I didn't want to say this is going to be a spread for you. So, it's so funny. I'm shuffling my cards, but I didn't think because I was talking. So now shuffle your decks and If you want, copy and paste what you put, but put the second card in now. So like, Scott will do card one, King of Wands, and then card one, physical deck, you would put the card that you chose. So I'd love to see the comparison. So shuffle your deck, ask these questions. Card number one, um, mind a deck. Carolyn, one step ahead. I love it. Carolyn, you are me at a convention. So what is the situation really about? And you're also very thorough with writing everything down, which again, that would be me too. Carolyn, what's your sign? I'd love to know do you know your sun, rising, and moon? So Carolyn, what is the situation really about? Three of Cups, Three of Cups. What is the lesson you have to learn? Four of Cups, Four of Cups. Best advice for life path, Justice, Page of Swords. So I love that you got 2 out of 2 the same. And then I love the final a little different, even though Justice and Page of Swords, Justice, Libra, Page of Swords is Aquarius in my work. So I feel like they're pretty similar. So I'd love to know, yeah, Carolyn, I am shocked too. There's part of me where like, is she really doing this, or is she just trying to look like a rock star? But I truly trust you. I tapped into my intuition. I'm like, no, she's doing this. So Carolyn, I would love to know what you felt about what came up in your mind, Justice, versus what actually came up, Page of Swords, and where might the difference have been in that? Like, do you think in your mind's eye you might have been, overanalyzing or thinking it? I have a feeling your intuition is pretty good, and you're real flexible, allowing stuff to come in. I feel like you can get out of your way. Another thing that when I ask the questions, again, I'm trying to keep you out of your left brain, your logical brain, and that's a better chance for you to just come up with something off the top of your head, very, intuitive, very free, versus, thinking, what's the best one, you know? So this is another thing. If you ever want to try this on your own, you could record the questions and then get into a relaxed state and let the questions, put space in between so you're not expecting when the question asks. And then that way you can kind of get out of it. It's almost like recording your own meditation where you don't have to think. So cards pulled. First one, Nine of Cups, Eight of Wands, Devil. And so Maddie, I'm trying to look back up and see what you pulled. Let's see. Three of Wands I see before every question. And Maddie, why do you think that? Why do you think that? What does Three of Wands, mean for you? I know what it means for me. I'd like to hear what it means for you before I give my opinion. Maddie, I'm trying to look back up. Card one, Three of Wands, Fool and Sun. Three of Wands, Fool and Sun. So Three of Wands, Eight of Wands, Devil. Oh, that's interesting. You got Devil versus Sun. I'd look into that and see. So Carolyn said, I wanted justice and it needs to be cut out. The cards gave me the answer I needed. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So who was it that said I keep getting Three of Wands before? Maddie. So Maddie, in my mind, Three of Wands, and think of like the traditional right away. It's the person standing there looking out, waiting for the ship to come in. So that's what you're doing. You're waiting for the answer to come. You're waiting for the image to come. So it could literally be, you're getting ready for the answer to come. And it's like, okay, let it come, let it show up. So maybe the Three of Wands is an image you use to welcome the card that's next or that's going to pop up. I'm not saying do that, just if it feels right. If it feels right. So cool. You guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this. Okay, so Scott, card one, King of Wands, and then Wheel. Interesting. I like that. Three of Pence, Two of Swords. Okay. And then Star and Queen of Pence. Cool. So Nancy, Five of Pence, then Death. Interesting. And that's for what's the situation really about? Wow. And then Temperance and the World for where's the lesson? I love that you got the world and death because it's like those are both endings, kind of transformations. And then the Empress and Sun. I love it. You got the Empress for card number 3 a couple times and the Sun again. I love it. Best advice, Empress and Sun. So Carolyn, Taurus Sun, Virgo Moon. So, okay. Okay. So you're Virgo, which is my opposite of Pisces, and I'm Capricorn. Interesting, interesting. And okay, so I'm going, duh, you've got all this earth energy. Of course you're going to write everything down. Of course you're going to be detailed, especially with that Virgo. All right, so Deanne, four swords, king pence, and then seven wands, three pence, star, two pence. Okay, interesting. Yes, things are distant and I'm waiting. Okay, yes, yes, waiting for them to come in. So, how you guys enjoying this? Let me know your thoughts and how this feels. Let me know how you think this might benefit you with you reading in the future, with other, just with intuition, connecting. I definitely feel like it works well with building the intuition. So Nancy said Scott, mine is right on target. You agree? And I'm assuming maybe Scott knows a little bit more about what's going on in your life right now. I think that's why Eight of Wands comes up in spread card number 2. Cool. And what does Eight of Wands means for you, Maddie? Type that in. I'd love to know what that means for you. Cool, Nancy. Thank you. I'm glad it helps. Very it's very, very great and interesting lesson today. Beautiful. Thank you. I'm glad. Let's explore. I felt like mine is all over the place. Maybe it will make sense later. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, Scott. And maybe you revisit it later when you're not so, with all the technology in front of you kind of thing going on. Um, and also maybe you pull some clarifying cards later. Maybe you revisit it the same way we're doing it right now. Reaffirms to trust my thoughts. Yes. You know what, Carolyn? Hail to the yes, especially with you getting the ones that keep repeating. And Carolyn, I'd be interesting to know if you've ever done remote viewing or like precognizant viewing, where you're like cognizant of what's coming up. That's an amazing thing. I was just telling someone yesterday, there's an X-Men movie, I think it's the third one, where there's an individual who can see all of the infinite possibilities before him, and he realizes how we jump from infinite string theory possibility to possibility. And when I taught remote viewing a couple weeks ago for World Divination Association, I had a box. I had 3 boxes with items inside. I said now, and I had them in a relaxed state. I said, try to remote view inside the box. I said now, I want you to imagine 10 minutes from now, when I open the box up, project yourself into the future. And as I open the box up and I pull the object out, what do you see? And that could be, Carolyn, what you might be doing, especially if you're in your mind, you're shuffling the cards and you're pulling them out. You could be precognition or precognitively seeing what's coming up. A lot of people dream that way too, of, dream things that are going to happen in the future. Eight of Wands, new things coming your way. Beautiful. Nancy, yes, I feel like this should be done following deep meditation and ritual work. Yes, it definitely could. And again, we have lots of technology going on. My voice is going on. Other people, you're typing. So we're in and out of our left and right brain. But it absolutely can be. And I feel like when I'm sitting here recording a video for a client, or when I'm sitting at my desk behind me with a client, or we're doing one, it is a little more focused, and there's a little bit more, kind of, I would say it's not deep ritual, but it definitely is more meditative. And I know I step into an altered state of consciousness when I do this work. If you ever see someone say, let me connect, and they drop down like this, they went, boom, 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 boom. That's what I did. It was strong when I was a child. I didn't think it still existed. Oh, cool. Yeah. So Deanne, the 7 of Wands to 3 Pence as lesson is really eye-opening for me. Beautiful. I don't act like 7 Wands, but I feel that way sometimes. 3 Pence resolves it if I feel or view things more as 3 Pence. Beautiful. I love it. I love it. All right. So it is 10:09 my time. Y'all want to do one more? It's going to be a longer one. We probably won't do review at the end of it, but next Friday is a full moon. The 23rd is a full moon in the evening, and one of my favorite. I love to do new moon manifesting, full moon releasing. So if you want to participate in this, full moon releasing. And the cool thing about this video is you can come back to this and do this on your own in a little bit more quiet meditative state. Look at the timestamps and just kind of figure it out. So I want to do, this is going to be 7 questions. Scott, we're doing it. We're doing it. Okay, good. So this is a 7-question full moon releasing spread. So let's do it. Have your pen and because there's 7 of them, you might have to write them down. So have your pen, your paper ready. Oh, I got tingles going down my legs. That's a good sign. So drop your chin, take a couple slow, deep breaths. Give me 2 or 3 of those big exhalations. No more than 2 or 3 because you might hyperventilate. Allow your eyes to close. Just kind of wiggle your feet, your toes, connect to the ground. And if at any time you ever get a little overwhelmed, just moving your feet and toes, connecting to the ground will help you ground. Or putting your hand to your belly will help you kind of ground and center. And just follow your breath in and out. Because I want to go just a little deeper, I want you to take a couple breaths, and with each inhalation, think or repeat in your mind the word relax, and then just naturally exhale. And it may take a blink or 2 before your eyes feel comfortable closing down and relaxing. And because of the intention we set earlier, we are all safe, we're all protected, we're all connected here in this very beautiful space we're holding for each other, whether live or in the replay. And now on the exhalations, I want you to think or repeat in your mind the words release and let go. Inhale, relax. Exhale, release and let go. And as we move into this spread, we'll set the intention that we can release anything that's not serving us for our highest good, for our greatest growth. So prepare yourself to allow the cards to pop up, unfold. If you have your own little ritual you've already created, maybe you're imagining shuffling your deck, maybe you're clearing the screen in your mind's eye, prepared for these 7 cards that are going to come up. The first card is this: you are here. So the first card, you are here. Write that down, whatever card pops up. You are here. The next question, the next card. What is the next step? Whether the card immediately pops up or takes a little time to slowly move in, trust. The third card is what do you need to release? Third card, what do you need to release? The fourth card, what is the lesson? What is the lesson? The fifth card, and because I'm a Southern guy, what is the blessing? What is the blessing? Card number 6, what is the dream? What is the dream? And finally, what is the next big step you need to make? What is the next big step you need to make? All right. So, If anybody wants to share, we still do have, I've planned for an hour, so we still have about 15 minutes. But if anybody wants to share, you can. I know it's a lot to write down, or maybe if you want to let me know if there were any cool surprises, or maybe just some highlights, or maybe just what the next big step you need to make. Or I love the what you need to release and what's the next big step. Those are two of my favorite ones when I do this reading for myself. So hopefully we're able to connect as you have with the other ones. I know it was a little longer. Let me know how that went for you. Oh, I should have used this to bring you out of it. I forgot I have some of those. Oh, I assume you're typing because you're quiet. Oh, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for this time. While you're typing, oh, so can I please repeat the questions? Absolutely. You are here is number one. What is the next step? Number two. Number three, what do you need to release? Number four, what is the lesson? 5, what is the blessing? 6, what is the dream? And 7, what is the next big step you need to make? Yeah, I thought I had these in my archive that I could pull up the questions, but I didn't. And I have this on my website. So if you go to my website and you click on the tarot store, it's in alphabetical order. Just look under full moon releasing. You can see this spread. And I give credit to the cards are from the newagehipster.co. Yeah, so it's a wonderful spread I love to do coming up. You're welcome, Scott. So at 2 o'clock today, let's see. 2 o'clock today, I'm doing When Your Significant Other Doesn't Get Your Woo-Woo World. And that's with Marco, and I'm going to try to pronounce his last name again. Marco Felgueras. And then next, let's see, Sunday, dun, 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 at 9 a.m., A Fool's Beginning into Tarot. Who could that be with? So we're doing a live, A Fool's Beginning into Tarot with Scott. And that is really about just like, what's it like to get started, start your own channel, all that kind of fun stuff. Wrote down my mind's eye card answers and we'll pull cards for this later. My next big step is Hierophant. Ooh. So, Dan, I'd love to know what you think about Hierophant before I say. And then 2 weeks from today, let's explore doing tarot backwards. It'll be something kind of similar to this where we do some exercises. So Maddie, first, 7 of Wands. So 7 of Wands for you are here. I love it. Then 2 of Wands for the next big step, make the decision. 5 of Pentacles, what you need to release. Maybe the belief that there's lack of money. What is the lesson? Chariot, move on, move forward. 5 was the King of Swords, which is what is the blessing. I love that King of Swords energy, Gemini. Speak your truth, get her done. Number 6, you said I forgot. And that was what is the dream? So you're forgetting the dream. So when you forget, when I make mistakes, if I say like I hold up like the 5 of Swords and I say 5 of Wands, I take those mistakes as beautiful Freudian intuitive slips. So you forgot the dream. So Maddie, that is your lesson. You forgot the dream because that's the question. And then 7 is 4 of Pentacles. What is the next big step? Solidify maybe your grounding, your financial, your home, your family, stuff like that. Scott said next big step was also here font. I love it. I love it. And here font for me would be maybe y'all need to step into teaching. That's the teacher. Maybe it's step into breaking some of the rules, the dogma, the corporate big world structure stuff that looms over you. But Maddie, I love that you write down. I forgot because it's like, what is the dream? You forgot. So one of the ways you can find your dream or your quote unquote purpose, because I don't necessarily believe that, something I believe I would use the rather than your purpose is what's a heart-centered path you can jump on. What did you used to love to do when you were a child? That's one of the best ways to kind of find a path that you can step onto. So Deanne, I'm not sure what I think about hair font yet. I'm sharing this Zen space with my toddler. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Scott, I was thinking teaching and learning. Yeah, definitely. So, Maddie, right? So, well, you guys, I'm going to kind of start to bring this to a close here, but thank you for hanging out with me. Like I said, let's explore. Um, I'll give you some topics I'm going to do. If anybody takes these from me, I have proof. You know how everybody does a lot of readings for the collective, and I do this like a weekly reading, readings for the collective. Just let's explore readings for the collective. How does it feel? What does it mean? Because some people believe it's, crap, it's trash. It's like some people believe that do this work. Some the daily horoscope, for Pisces, here's your daily horoscope. And I have some thoughts on that and some realistic thoughts, not negative bashing kind of thoughts. But yeah, so that's one of them. And one of the things that I feel like, I don't use the word gift a lot, but I feel like my gifts is process improvement as a Pisces, finding the path of least resistance. And then also taking existing kind of structures and beliefs and turning them into spreads. Like I took something from Mr. Rogers and Brene Brown, and like their belief for their acronym, like BRAVE. What does the acronym BRAVE stand for? And I turned it into a spread. So that's another one of my let's explore kind of things. So Maddie, you are welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here. Deanne, Blue Crescent, Tara, thank you so much. Nancy, Crohn's Intuition, thank you. Scott, yes, that was really fun. You're welcome, Scott. Thank you. And some of y'all, you don't know this, but you're already on my list of people that I am going to have on and do a live with, or at least I'm going to extend an invitation. So just some of y'all need to know that you're already on my list. So Manny, not taking questions. This is more of lesson time for tarot readers. You can find me on Monday nights, every other Monday night on my Facebook channel with V doing psychic shenanigans where we do readings. So the next one, I'll tell you, the next one will be the 26th in the evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go to Mitchell Osborn Facebook and you can find the event there. Also in the meetup. I try to post it everywhere I can. But it is Facebook. It's a Facebook Live. And then I share it back over here. Yay. Thank you, Maddie. Yeah, so some of y'all who do this and have your own channel, you're on my radar. And here's what usually happens. So I'll give a good example. So Atypical Tarot, Will from Atypical Tarot was one of the first ones I did a live session together with recently. I used to do more of them, but once we did the Tarot-thon, I was like, I need, this is such a beautiful family, and I want to get to know these people. And I'm like, so this is the best way to do it for me. So I was watching Will's video about, he said, I'm going to make coffee and just talk about my life and my day. And I was like, and I'm watching the video and I'm like, as he started talking, I was like, I want to do something with him. And then so I have his name written down, and then I watched that video and he said something and I went, oh, a conversation of opposites. So when spirit drops like a theme or a topic in my brain, that's when I know it's time to invite that person on. Scott, I forgot what it was, but I think you were just one of your first videos and talking about getting started and stuff like that. And literally spirit was just like, okay, getting started. And then, the Fool is like card 0, pure potential, getting started. So I thought a Fool's journey into tarot. And I was like, this is a perfect conversation. Of course, I reached out and Scott said yes, which we'll do on the 25th. So yeah, so some of y'all, you're on my list. You don't know it, but once Spirit drops the thought in my mind, then I'm gonna do it. Also, I'm gonna bring on Melly from the Ostinato Oracle deck. She is Monday. No, let me see. Monday, August the 2nd, 7 p.m. For anybody in England, it's a little late time. But I'm going to bring her on. We're going to unbox it because I'm like, I want to do unboxings with the authors if I can, with the creators of the decks. So, all right, cool. So thank you again, everybody, for hanging out with me. I'm going to sign off if there are no more questions, thoughts, or comments. I appreciate you being here. I had a blast. It is 10:25 Eastern Standard Time, and I've got a couple clients coming up. I'm gonna have some lunch, finish laundry, light my sage. After everything I do, I try to light the sage, and I'm gonna clean the cat water fountain. My message reminder keeps popping up. So have an amazing day. And Scott, did you say it yet? Smash the like button. Ah. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye, Nancy. Thanks for being here. And if you guys are around, I know it's a lot in one day, but if you're around in a couple hours, we'll be talking about what it's like when your significant other doesn't get your woo-woo world, or your family, your family. Anybody in your close circle of friends, family, and relationship that don't understand this woo-woo world or your challenges. So it'll be a fun conversation, I think. All right. Namaste, everybody. Talk to you soon. And this will be in my archive for you to watch. Bye-bye.